Today, I am going to analyze with you a potential rental property located in Chandler, Arizona. This one, as I share with you right here, has 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. This is the address of the property. This is an active property, so active listing. So you can check it out, all the photos, all the information on Zillow, realtor.com, or anywhere. It has 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 12,040 square feet, and a lot size of 8,080 square feet. Built in 1982. So this is not a brand new house. However, look at the location of this property. It's very convenient. It's central to a lot of things. Only 2 miles away from a freeway. Okay, it's also near to the Asian market over here, the 99 range over here, Chandler Mall, Chandler Fashion Mall over here, middle of Mesa Community College, as well as Chandler Gilbert Community College over here. Hospital is here and hospital is up here. So super convenient, 2 miles east of Freeway 101 and about 3 miles south of Freeway 60. So very convenient location. The neighborhood is also nice neighborhood as well. So that is the reason why it is a good deal. There's one very important thing about this, and I'm gonna share with you why this is even a better deal for your rental portfolio. All right, now we're gonna go to the analysis itself. This is the address that I have been introduced to you. The purchase price, let's assume that we're gonna do 440, the asking price at this time, okay? And we can play with the number later. The nice thing about this one is it has a pool. The backyard is okay, right? Because of the winter season, so I think that's why all the grass die. But I think it has a good potential to budget about 1,000 for the cleanup and things like that. The other thing that I'm looking at right now is potential renovation work needed if I purchase the property. Flooring is okay, it's not the best, but it's okay. The good thing is there's no popcorn ceiling. Some of the older houses, they tend to have popcorn ceiling, and maybe potentially you have to remove it because it's dangerous, right? Vanity here potentially need to be upgraded. Carpet, definitely. It looks old already, so I think that there's no reason to keep it. The door looks old, but it's still usable. You know, the vanity here again is old. I'm gonna replace that. Carpet, replace that for sure. The interior walls, I think they do a nice job keeping them clean. Now keep in mind that when you do this, just the assumption, because when you come in real life, you may find out that maybe the interior walls looks horrible as well. So, but this is the good start. All the cabinet looks very old style, and this is definitely laminate here, but it's not the worst, okay? The cabinet is, I think, assuming the inside is like good and clean, it's still usable for the rental purpose, right? I think I don't worry too much about a cabinet replacement at this time because it's gonna be a lot, okay? This washer is old. Definitely you need to replace that. Refrigerator. So overall, I think the cost, the renovation cost is very minimal. Maybe just a carpet replacement. If you want to save cost, you want to do carpet. If you want something like more durable, I would suggest looking at tile or even laminate, right? Laminate is still acceptable. I would purchase about 10,000 for the renovation cost, okay? In Chandler market, it seems to be very attractive, and in my experience with helping other landlord or the investor renting out a property in Chandler, I think on average about a month also to be able to find the tenant. So 1 month cost of vacancy, okay? So the total project cost, adding all of everything, is about 458,725. Let's say we do 20% down payment. That is about 88,000. The loan amount is 80% of the purchase price, right? Because the loan amount doesn't take care of any of these. Right now, let's say 8% interest rate on the open market. You're gonna have the monthly payment of $2,565 for principal and interest. Let me add those tax and insurance and HOA, you will have a total monthly cost about $27.48. The long-term rental income for this property is about $21.25 according to rental meter. I know this is the estimate, but this is a good start. We don't want to go too much detail in one of the rental analysis even before we are in the contract. This is just the initial gut check to see whether it's worth the time for us to look at. So 21.25, and therefore the cash flow is negative 600. That still doesn't account for any of the saving, like vacancy saving, repair saving, capex saving, property, like money for optional money, like property manager. If we add all of that, that's going to be negative over 1,000. That's one thing that I want to check is I saw also it has a solar system. Oh, this one good. The roof is 2019 and the solar is recently added. So I assume that there's some cost for the solar. I have to find it out. Also, one thing is that when you have solar, you can actually charge a little bit higher for the rental. I don't want to make any assumption like that. Let's stick with this calculation right now and see where we are at. Negative 600 seems to be not attractive. I wouldn't invest in this if it's negative 600 every month, okay? And that not even account for the saving. The house is built in 1982, like this house. Tend to have a lot of problem, okay? It looks like the good thing is the roof is new, right? But we still have to have the AC, the plumbing, the foundation, the landscape, everything add up, okay? So, at first glance, this is not the good investment property. However, the good news about this is the public advertised, right? It has an assumable FHA loan of 5.625. 5.625. Now I don't know what the balance is, but let's assume it is 80%. But let's do 80% here. And now let's change the interest rate to 5.625. You're gonna have much less expense. The monthly mortgage expense only about $2,000 right now, and which make you only have a negative cash flow of $74. $74 only, rather than 600 before. 600 before, okay? So I know this is still not the best option, but maybe you can have a way to modify the insurance a little bit less. Let's say 800 a year, or maybe 700 a year. Oh, that doesn't change much, huh? 200 a year. Oh, I guess that is one of the options. Obviously, you see the insurance, even though you change it, it doesn't change a lot of the equation, because remember, it's only $83 a month, even if you spend $1,000 a year. So the only thing that that can help you is that is number thing that you have to check for the cost of the solar. That is adding to the must-have cost to see whether it's gonna even further negative the cash flow that you have, right? The other thing is maybe instead of doing 80%, considering that doing 75%, for example. All right, the thing that you can do is instead of doing 80% down payment, you can consider doing 75% down payment. So you put a little bit more cash up front, okay, about 5% more, which is about 20,000. But you're gonna get a positive cash flow in that regard. It is more safe for you as well. So unfortunately, the saving amount is still negative. With the saving needed is still negative. The way that I look at this is $373,000. I'm sorry, almost $400 a month. How long do you think that you can increase rent to 400? I would say that's gonna take at least 4 years. The reason why I say that is that assuming every year I can increase $100 a month, then I would say 4 years, then I can increase 400 to make it break even, right? So look at that way. So $400 a month. I'm sorry, $400. That's 4 years, right? 4 years, and then you have to pay the 400 negative every month. That is gonna be about 19,000 of discounts that you need. What I'm gonna do is to drop the purchase price to 420. and then make it better for me. Okay, or maybe you can ask for the 3% concession to help with the closing cost. That's how you do it. Normally, people just think of, well, look at this number, and then they're gonna be discouraged of making an offer because it's already a negative number. But the way it works is you should play around and see what is the best way. How do you get that 400 negative back to you upfront? It could be in the tax saving. You can ask for more seller concession toward the tax saving to get that number from the negotiation. I think that's all for this property. It seems like there is a potential there. So for some people, maybe people thinking $51 a month is too little, and they don't worry about it. But for someone that wants a little bit cash flow is okay, could be a good property. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm looking forward with another episode.